Welcome to this video where I'll be revealing to you the truth about diabetes we were never told. I'm going to reveal to you the truth that I didn't know about diabetes, and I can bet with you that you don't know about diabetes, and also how I won my battle with diabetes type 2, revitalized my pancreas, and increased my insulin sensitivity. Using a little known, jealously guarded secret revealed to me by a renegade pharmacist, plus how you too can. Would you love to actually know this secret? Well, cool, because you're already on this video and you're watching now. My name is Benga Nathaniel. I'm a former diabetes 2 sufferer. My goal with this video is to reveal the truth to you, like I've stated earlier, and also dispel the myths surrounding diabetes as a disease, okay, or as a problem, as an health problem, okay. Dispel the myth and also reveal what you need to know, what you need to do to revamp your pancreas and get back to the body that God made for you. And if you stay to the end, okay, because I'm so passionate about you watching this to the end, I have a special gift that I've prepared for you if you watch to the end, and when you get to that, you will see the gift. It's a life-changing gift that you don't want to miss. We all have been lied to about diabetes, okay. This is just this is the honest truth, okay. We've been lied to about diabetes, and in this video I'm going to share with you all these lies that has kept a lot of people diabetic for now, and will keep them diabetic for the rest of their life. First, by people who have been trained to trust with our lives. You see, this big conspiracy is to keep us paying for medications for life. Okay, this is number one lie we've been told, that you need to stay on your medication to live an healthy life. Okay, and the funny thing is, these are the people that have been trained to trust. Okay, the first set of people that have been peddling these lies to us is the medical professionals. Okay, as a matter of fact, sometimes I don't want to blame the medical professionals, because like the doctors, the people that treat, because this is what they have also been trained to do. They have been trained to administer drugs, check you, diagnose what's the problem, and administer drugs. Okay, medical pharmaceutical drugs now, so that you can they tell you that it helps you. Okay, and the fact is, this leads us to the next myth, that, or the lies that have been peddled around our lives, around the world. Okay, medical professionals, they actually administer drugs, they check you and they administer drugs. But the number two problem we have is the pharmaceutical industry. I call it the organized crime industry. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why I said this. If you actually take your time to look at the industry, pharmaceutical industry don't actually cure. Okay, I repeat, pharmaceutical industry, they don't produce drugs that cure health problems. Okay, they produce drugs that manage. Okay, so why is it that a lot of these chronic diseases, okay, life-threatening diseases, now these are I'm talking about the life-threatening diseases. Why is it that almost 95% of them don't have a curative drug? They have a maintenance drug, from HIV to cancer to diabetes to high blood pressure. All these diseases, all these health problems, they don't have a permanent cure. They have a drugs that manage it, or a treatment or a therapy that manage it, but it never gets totally cured. And this is just how they make their money. Okay, nobody wants to get into a business that is putting itself or herself out of business. If pharmaceutical industry produce drugs that actually cure all these health challenges or problems, they will not be in business for a long time. Okay, and that is why they've made it very popular that pharmaceutical drugs are actually the only solution that we have. Forgetting that there was no pharmaceutical drugs before, in the ages of our forefathers. They lived on other medications or alternative treatment to take care of themselves and live longer life than even we today. Okay, so to further to purchase what I'm saying, according to a recent study published in the journal Pharmacoeconomics, a person with type 2 diabetes will spend an average of just over $283,000. That is in some millions to treat the disease over their lifetime, and that's just one person. It's a big business and a business that will fight to protect it. Like I've said earlier, they are not in business to cure, they're in business to manage. Nobody creates a business that wants to put itself or herself out of business. So what they do is create drugs that manage these health problems instead of creating drugs that can actually cure the problem. And you can see this is good money for somebody, for a pharmaceutical industry that has a drug that treats diabetes. Okay, and that's why you see lots of brands producing metformins and Downews and sulfonylureas. They make a huge amount of money from just one person. Okay, now think of in Nigeria over 3-4 million people living with diabetes, as in people that have been confirmed living with diabetes, and millions more that don't even know they have diabetes. Okay, such of that person was my late father. Okay, now in United States, okay, to further buttress the point that I'm making, that pharmaceutical industry don't actually produce drugs that cure, and actually they've created platforms to support them as the only solution to every health challenge, and other solutions doesn't work or should not be tried. Okay, this is actually a case. This is a case that actually happened in the United States of America. Okay, it was a United States of America versus Dr. Sebi. This is actually a true life story. This is not fiction. This is no movie. This actually happened in the United States of America. They challenged a doctor, an alternative medicine doctor, who believed in roots and herbs for treatment. And this old man that I'm going to show you has treated lots and lots of health problems. Okay, from stroke to HIV to diabetes. Diabetes became normal thing in his practice before he died. And as a matter of fact, there's actually a belief, there's actually a sentiment that this man was actually killed because he died in a prison after being arrested in Honduras. Okay, he died in the prison cell. Okay, and they said that he was in a perfect health before going into the prison cell. Okay, all right. So I'm going to show you a video whereby he's going to explain to you a case he had with versus United States, and he won about the only publicized person that won a medical case against the United States of America. Watch.
In the past, there was 2,781 cases that came before the Supreme Court and lost. Yeah. I won. Yeah. Not only did I prove scientifically, but I had the diagnostic sheets, and I do have them today. And those diagnostic sheets didn't come from me. They came from their schools, their medical accredited schools.
Did I read it correctly, where there was some requirement for you to actually bring patients, a patient into court from each of those maladies, and that you brought multiple patients in court who, one, testified themselves, and that you had medical records, one showing that they were victims of the disease, and then showing that it had been cured by one doctor, and then a second doctor verifying what the first doctor had said?
Yes. We have to remember this, that whenever you make a statement that goes against the grain, you better be prepared. You better be prepared. The judge said that I had to bring one of every patient that I had cured, and there was one that said others. The other was a man that came from Italy. He was paralyzed. But I was supposed to take 9. I took 77.
You took 77 patients in court with you?
That's correct.
Now, as you can see, Dr. Sebi wiped the United States of America and the pharmaceutical industry with the floor. He defeated them right there in their own court, backed up with proofs by their own doctors. Okay, and this is another proof. I'm sure you've heard about this on the news, but obviously most of these proofs, okay, are actually buried by the pharmaceutical industry. Okay, this claims of HIV cure by Nigerian University professor, Nigeria Others Investigation. Now, this is actually something that happened, and Nigeria, instead of celebrating these guys, obviously there are laws and rules that have been created to actually frustrate the effort of anybody and everybody that comes up with alternative treatment for all these chronic diseases. So why am I passionate about telling the truth about diabetes? Okay, from this short video, for as long as you watch this video, you can hear my passion in my voice. I am very, very passionate about diabetes. First, I lost my dad to diabetes, and even though we didn't know at that time, okay, it was after years of research that I realized that the signs were there, okay. For my dad, while he was alive, before he fell sick and died from complications of diabetes, he actually used to I noticed something actually when I go to my dad's to the bedroom. I see on the floor, I see ants, sugar ants walking around the toilet, but I didn't notice. It was not, nobody actually even thought about it that he was diabetic, okay. But he kept on drinking alcohol, drinking beer. His favorite was trophy. Then when I go out, he says, hey Benja, please buy me a few bottles of trophy. Then we'll sit down, we'll just over it, and he drinks his beer, okay. But we didn't know that he was diabetic till the complications of the diabetes took over his system, and he left us, okay. He died. Now again, my grandma was actually diabetic too, but she was treating herself till she died. So that means every day, whenever I'm around, I take her to the doctors. I take her to the hospital. They do they check for her. She keeps buying drugs till she died. She was on medication, okay, and she died at 70 something, okay. Now, living all these experiences, I realized that I didn't want to live this kind of life, taking pills for the rest of my life, okay. But the unfortunate thing for me is I became diabetic too. At the early age of late 30s, I became diabetic. Okay, I became diabetic at early age of my around 30, 31 thereabout. That was when I discovered that I was diabetic, because I realized that I was getting very, very thirsty. Sometimes I drink more than I drink liters of water every day. Then I go to the toilet, I'm urinating, and we notice that sugar ants are always piling up around my urine. Okay, that was when and another thing that I noticed was I had drastic loss of weight. Okay, when this thing became too obvious, I went to the doctors and they confirmed, and this is the result that I was given. You can see, as at that time that I discovered, I was on 198 rather. 198 was the measurement that came from the glucometer when they measured the sugar in my blood. Okay, and that was 2014. That is 5 years ago. All right, I was devastated, to say the least. I felt my life was over. Okay, I felt my life was over. I'm sure that most of us, when we discovered that we were diabetic, we thought our life was over. All right. For me, I didn't know what to do. At that time, I lost my father to diabetic. Even though I didn't know then, I lost my father to diabetics, and I felt frustrated. Then I called a doctor friend of mine, crying heavily on the phone. I was on the road. I was crying. I totally lost control of myself. I lost awareness of where I was. I was just walking on the road. I went to do this to do this test at St. Louis Medical Center. That's along Towing Street. And they confirmed it. I left the place thinking my life was over. I called the doctor friend and cried out to him, Dr. Kayode, I think my life is over. It's been confirmed that I have high sugar problem. And he laughed and he was like, Binga, please take it easy. Don't overwork yourself. This thing can be managed. Okay. And it was like, okay, you just need to have a lifetime modification, change your diet, and continue to take drugs for the rest of your life. Continue to take drugs for the rest of your life. And that was what hit me. It just hit a pinpoint in my body. I remembered my grandma. I remember driving out to the hospital every day, like 3 times a day for checkup and to take medications and all that, I felt frustrated. Okay, so this whole thing just it made me realize that okay, I don't want to live for this. That's years after being on drugs. Okay, and what actually started me on this research part was because it got to a point. I started from 500 milligram glucophage. It got to a time that 500 milligram wasn't working, and the doctor recommended that I moved over to 1000. So every day I was taking 2 times. Sometimes I go 3 times. That's 3000 milligrams of glucophage in my system at the early age of my life. I realized that this I couldn't go on like this for the rest of my life. If I go on like this for the rest of my life, I would probably not. There will be complications at the end of the day. So I decided, okay, let me start researching about diabetes to see even there's a chance that I could stop using these drugs. Okay. All right. So then from all this research, I noticed all doctored information being passed around the internet. Okay. I realized that, okay, I was seeing proofs that these things that flowed around the internet was actually doctored, and some of the information were outrightly wrong. Okay. And I'm going to go into it. I'm sure would you really love to know this doctored information I'm talking about? Well, if you want to, then we'll go into it right away. Okay. Number one, making people believe that diabetes is the major problem. Okay. When I discovered this, it was a life-changing experience for me. I just right then knew that okay, I was on to something. Most people think that diabetes is the major problem. Okay, the truth is diabetes is not the problem, but an outcome or a symptom of something that has gone wrong in the body. Okay, diabetes is not the problem. It's just like you having headache. Headache is not the problem. It's probably because you're stressed or because you have overworked yourself. So you have to, even if you don't take drugs, if you stop overworking yourself, stop thinking, or reduce the stress level of your body, the headache will totally vanish 99% of the time. Okay, so if diabetes is the symptom, what is the root cause? Okay, definitely, if it's the symptom, that means there's a root cause of diabetes. Okay, there's something that is causing diabetes. This is why diabetes it comes out as the outcome. So what is the root cause of diabetes? The root cause of diabetes is an affected pancreas. Okay, an affected pancreas is the genesis of what results to diabetes. Okay, so pancreas is an organ found in the abdominal area of the body. It functions as to break down foods, what is the exocrine function, and to maintain blood sugar level, which is the endocrine function, by secreting hormones called insulin, which helps control blood sugar level by signaling the liver and the muscles and the fat cell to take in glucose from the blood, which is to mop up the glucose in the blood, and the insulin sensitivity that unlocks the cell, which kind of carry all the glucose and give access to every part of the body that is being needed. So therefore helps cells to take its glucose to be used by energy at the right part of the body. Now, if the body has sufficient insulin signals the liver to take up glucose and store it as glycogen. That's the function of the pancreas. But once it's affected, it can't do or perform all these functions again in the body. So the root cause is when the pancreas shuts down totally and stops secreting insulin, which gives access to muscles to be able to use sugar in the bloodstreams. The outcome is diabetes 1. Now, when another one is when the pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin that can completely unlock the places that sugar is needed in the body, e.g. muscles, fat cells, no mop up of excess blood sugar in the bloodstream. That's the outcome is diabetes 2. Now, low insulin sensitivity is when the insulin in the system is not doing what it's supposed to do, which is to unlock and carry the parts of the body that insulin is needed. Okay, that glucose is needed. When it doesn't have that unlocking power anymore to carry the glucose to parts of the body, the muscle cells, the fat cells, the brain, every part of the body that glucose is needed, when it doesn't have that power anymore, or the power is reduced, okay, that is when the outcome becomes diabetes 2. So all these root causes, all these root problems manifest as diabetes on the outside. Now you can see that diabetes is not a problem, but is an outcome or a symptom of a problem that is going on inside our body. Okay, and most people, if you check all through the media, they play down on talking about the root cause and they talk more on the diabetes, and that's why most people live in the fear of they are going to die because of diabetes. How I thought about that when I heard that I had diabetes. Okay, so the number 2 doctored information is you have to swallow metformin and sulfonylureas, which are the meperills and downios, or we stay on for life on insulin injection for the rest of your life, and you will be fine. Okay, this is absolute wrong information. Okay, you don't have to stay on metformin and downhill for the rest of your life if you know the right things to do. Okay, there are lots of people that don't use drugs, they are diabetic, they don't use anything at all, but they modify their life or lifestyle modification, and they eat the right diet. Okay, there's some people that actually they don't even use drugs and they live a unhealthy life, but the doctors make us believe that if you don't swallow these things for the rest of your life, you will not be fine. All right, so what's the function of metformin and sulfonylurea? That's the next question. So sulfonylureas are the downios, the amarills, and the meperill one. So for metformin mops up excess sugar in the blood, while sulfonylureas helps with insulin sensitivity. Okay, so that's the job. Okay, now if you can see, they actually just help maintain. They don't even address the root cause at all. So you are dependent on them for the rest of life, because what they do is when there's excess blood sugar, the metformin that you use is mopping it up. Then the sulfonylurea is helping you increase your sensitivity so that the little left in the system can still be used by the system. Okay, obviously the body needs glucose to function right. So this to me is like fueling a car with a broken engine and expecting it to run like a full functioning Ferrari. Okay, it's going to lead to frustration at the end of the day, because you're going to be frustrated that you're taking these medications for the rest of your life. Okay, I was frustrated, and that was why I went to look for the solution. Okay, and that's why I actually started the research in the first place. That led me to discovering all these lies that we have been told. Okay, and that is why I've created this video, to share with you the truth. Would you love to hear the truth? I'm sure you will definitely love to hear this truth. So just stick with me to the end, and you're going to hear the honest truth about, taking care of diabetes and totally revamping your pancreas. Okay, so my guess is you're wondering, so why are we made to swallow metformin? Why are we made to swallow glucophage, PAM4SR, downhill, meperill for the rest of our lives as diabetics? Okay, it's just mind blowing. Why do we need to do this if there's actually a better way? Okay, if they don't even address the problem, the root cause of the problem. Okay, so we are swallowing metformin, we're swallowing sulfonylureas, even though they don't address the root cause of the problem. It simply means we leave the root problem and address the outcome, and by so doing, we are stuck for the rest of our life. So are we stuck on synthesized medical drugs for life? I need to let that sink in. Do we have to take metformin? Do we have to take downhill, amarillo, meperill for the rest of our lives as diabetics? No. Or there are way out of depending on synthesized medical drugs for the rest of our life. Is there a way out? Would you absolutely love to know the way out of swallowing drugs for the rest of your life? All right, then let's continue. The answer is a big resounding yes, and we'll get to that in a bit. Before we get to that, what are the implications of depending on medical drugs that medical practitioners recommend? Implications of long-term use of synthesized medical drugs. 1. Toxic chemicals from long-time use of drugs speed up aging process and can also lead to cancer. Okay, all these things, they have side effects. Taking drugs for the rest of our lives have side effects. Okay, and the toxic chemicals in our system, they speed up our aging process and they can also lead to cancer. Non-compliance to using drugs can deteriorate the health conditions of our body. Okay, there's no way that we take these drugs and they don't have a side effect. Okay, every drugs they actually tell you that these drugs have side effects. Okay, so long-term use of drugs affect vital organs. So these are some of the effects, like kidney, the liver, the heart, even the eyes, or potency. For men, they can't get erect anymore. Okay, and even the eyes, you see people developing glaucoma because of the badly treated diabetes. Now the fourth one, which was one of the reasons that actually prompted me to start researching, which is the procurement of drug rises if blood sugar is not well managed. For me, I started from 500 and I went to 1000. The 1000, at the end of the day, I was taking 3000 milligram every day. I just knew I couldn't stick with that for the rest of my life. Okay. So the common ways of managing diabetes, number one, is lifestyle modification, which is stop smoking, stop alcohol, exercise more. You know, there are some types of exercise that actually helps lower blood sugar. Okay, and you're also going to get access to that later. Okay, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so number two is diet, which is more balanced diet, reduce carbs intake. That is okay. As a matter of fact, there's a new research that says that you can eat anything, but they have to be in moderation. You see, they say that everything you eat must not, which is not good for your body, which is carbs, must not be more than a fistful. Okay, with lots of vegetables. So if you're eating rice, you take lots of vegetables. That's like if you take 30% of rice, you take like 50% of vegetables. Then you have 30% or 20% of protein, which is fish and all that. Okay, so you take more green veggies, right? And you take fruits, more protein and fiber. Okay, then the third way, which all of us have been made to believe, okay, which is one of the lies we'll be made to believe, is to depend on metformin and sulfonylurea. So how to finally stop depending on these synthesized medical drugs recommended by doctors for treating diabetes, okay, which are obviously metformin and sulfonylureas, or even insulin injection. Is it actually possible? Is it actually possible? The fact is, it's actually possible, and I'm sure you would love to know the solution to actually depending on these medical drugs, okay? What I discovered from my research into diabetes, okay, after a long research into diabetes, discovering all these misconceptions, discovering all this doctored information that scares us to believing that we need to live on medication, which is obviously, you know, lining the pocket of the pharmaceutical industry, and also which is how they pay the doctors. I discovered something unique, okay? I discovered something life-changing, life-altering discovery, okay? To safely lower and maintain normal blood sugar without synthesized drugs, you need the pancreas to go back to working at its optimal best, okay? You know, before earlier I told you about pancreas getting affected, which is the root cause of diabetes, and the symptoms and the results is diabetes coming out, manifesting out, okay? So what is the solution is also to revamp it, to make it work at its optimal best, okay? So we need to go back to Mother Nature for the solution, all right? If we have been using chemical drugs that is killing the body, the solution is to go back to Mother Nature, which is actually the beginning of it all, to bring our body back to factory reset, to bring our pancreas back to factory reset, to be able to work at its optimal best, because this is the solution. This is what our forefathers are dependent on, and they've lived for a longer time, okay? As a matter of fact, the life expectancy in our generation has been reduced down to 60. Some 20-30 years ago, it was actually around 70. Okay, our forefathers, some of them lived over 100. Most of them lived over 100. Okay, that is because they lived close to nature. They don't eat fast food like we do. They don't eat packaged food like we do. They eat close to nature. All the things they eat are grains, natural food, and they depended on herbs and roots to treat their health problems. Okay, so to achieve this, we need a perfect combination. Okay, to actually, and this is where the problem is. When using herbs and roots, you need a perfect combination of ingredients, natural nutrients, ingredients, and essential vitamins and minerals to be able to reset the body to its factory settings, to reset it, to bring the pancreas back to life. Okay, so but the problem is, which is why it is a very, very sensitive area with alternative medicine, is they have to be at specific proven dosage. Okay, You can't just start taking herbs with all these natural ingredients, essential vitamins and minerals and nutrients. You can't take them the way you want. It has to be at a proven specific dosage, okay? So for my research, I made some amazing discovery proven scientifically to revamp pancreas organ to its optimal best and normalize blood sugar without, totally without depending on the synthesized medical drugs that we have been made to believe we need to take. Okay, so below are some of the scientifically proven to work herbs and roots based on my research. And as a matter of fact, you can go on Google and search all these things I'm talking to you. I'm telling you, I'm revealing to you, they are actually right there on Google. Okay. So number one is banana extract. Banaba extract. It's not banana actually. It's banaba extract. Gymnemia silvestre. Turmeric extract. Hampalaya extract from bitter melon. Scent leaf extract. Bitter leaf extract. Magnesium. Vitamin C. All B vitamins. B1, B3, B5, B6 and B12. Then zinc and biotin. A close to home proof of my research was posted in the 2008 study published in the International Journal of Chemistry and Chemical Processes by Ude, Winifred and Mene Alexandra at the University of Port Harcourt. Okay, the study was made public in Nigerian Tribune on November 2018. These are everything I'm telling you is backed up by proofs. Okay, these are not things I made up myself. These are things that actually from my research I discovered. Okay, and you can go there, and this is actually a screenshot. This is Nigerian Tribune. Combining bitter lemon, scent leaf, best for blood sugar control. Actually, this article talked about them doing an experiment and giving people that were diabetic bitter lemon a certain dosage of bitter lemon mixed with scent leaf, and the result was mind-blowing. All the people that were on this therapy had a normalized blood sugar, and they were actually doing better than the people that were actually on sulfonylurea and metformin. That was it. That was a result of their study. Okay, that was what they wanted to prove with their study. Okay, so but then after discovering all these natural nutrients, minerals, vitamins, okay, herbs and roots, okay, that can actually normalize, that can revamp the pancreas back to itself, to its normal self, and normalize the blood sugar without depending on medical synthesized drugs, I hit a brick wall. I hit the brick wall after discovering all these scientifically proven ingredients. There was no way that I could go further. It was really frustrating. I felt like pulling out the hair on my head, because after all my research, I hit a brick wall, which was there was no way to have all these scientifically proven natural ingredients, nutrients, essential oil, essential vitamins and minerals in one place. Actually, there were lots of places you could get them. Okay, as a matter of fact, I researched from Amazon and I saw a lot of them in different packs. You see one, you can buy this one, you can buy this one, combine everything. But at the end of the day, you have like 12, 13 bottles of these ingredients of all these natural herbs and roots. Okay, and vitamins and minerals. Okay. It was just in my head I was thinking, how is it possible for me to start taking all these things one after the other every day? Nobody wants to take like 12 or 13 pills or supplements every day because you want to maintain an healthy blood sugar. And that was what frustrated me, and I almost gave up on this research. Okay, I saw this image online which is, don't waste your money on 12 different supplements. Okay, as a matter of fact, if you have to treat diabetes with supplement, with natural treatment, herbs and roots, you have to use 10 to 12 of them together. Okay, and for this one, he said total cost is $197. That's around $200. That's around 70 something thousand naira for just. As a matter of fact, some of them you have to take them 13. You have to take each one 30 times in a month. That's 12 to 24 pills per time. That means if you take one pill, if you want to take this treatment, you have to take 12 to 24 pills per time. Okay, and I'm sure nobody wants to be taking that every day. Okay, so how I discovered the breakthrough solution I'm about to reveal to you, because the fact is, when I hit the brick wall, I actually totally gave up. Okay, I gave up on being able to combine everything, because obviously there's no way I'll be taking drugs, 13 of them at the same time. Anyways, that time I got a bitter leaf extract supplement which I was taking, and okay, it was helping. I was using it with my normal metformin and Mepereal, but at the end of the day, I realized I was not achieving the best results, like having everything come together and being able to use them. Okay, so how did I come up with this breakthrough solution I'm about to reveal to you? Okay. All right, so let me quickly talk about how I come about it. Okay, now from the place I get my medications, which is the Mepereal and Pamfor SR 1000 that I use. It's actually a pharmacy. I actually had a discussion after years of going there. You know, the pharmacy actually one day called me and said, Mr. Benga, I would like to discuss something with you. I hope you'll be interested. It's actually about your treatment. Okay, you've been coming to my place for years, and I think I need to share this discovery with you. Okay. And from this discussion, which I'm about to go into, the video you're about to listen to, you see him talking about the problem with taking metformin and how the solution that you're going to get will totally help you drop, totally at the end of the day, drop taking all these medications that doctors recommend. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Excess so then I will give you some that's where the likes of Gambino and Kiriu and Mariu. So that's where we have the likes of Mila White. So for now, those are the downhills. Okay. Who are supposed to help improve on this experience. Now, this experience is still very much to me. But the good thing about this is actually going to the main end, which is practice, and then rebound or revive these back so that in this situation of production is now at back to optimal level. Okay. Yes. Okay. But what of the sensitivity? Sensitivity will also play. Fresh. Okay, when the pancreas is at its optimal level, it means it will be sensitive. We won't run too much for it. Sensitivity level will become our peak. Okay, our peak. Then use the push chair at the right time. Don't produce material, don't produce. I want to produce a raw. They are going to the right hand and right place. They are doing their job. It's business. Or they are doing their job. It's only when the production is getting reduced. They will not be overload or too much more for it to do. That's why you are taking out the oh, no. Yes. I need too much to do. On the daily basis, and news because they start most of the time. So I find that is so much more. So that's what I call it our so now I get it now. Okay, so from that video, you actually listen to him. You realize he was telling me that metformin and sulfonylureas, they don't actually work on our pancreas. Okay, they just do a maintenance job, but they don't actually revamp the pancreas. And the what is introducing to me right there, because I was so excited I had to record him, okay, to actually get exactly what he was saying, okay, so that I can actually share with whoever wanted to listen, okay. I was so excited about it because for a pharmacist to call me and recommend something for me, I realized, okay, I know that it must actually be what I've been looking for, okay. So this will lead us to me introducing exactly what my pharmacist introduced. I call him the renegade pharmacist because actually you will find it hard to actually have somebody in the medical industry to actually recommend something that is an alternative treatment, okay? A supplement to you, okay? And the funny thing is, nowadays, most of the pharmacies you go around, just look at their shelf, you're going to see some supplements, even though they are the ones preaching against supplements, okay, that are alternative medicine. They are actually selling it on their stand. Okay, just if you want to doubt this, just go to any big pharmacy store. You're going to see alternative medical supplements inside their store that are being sold to their customers. Okay, so without much ado, I introduce to you blood sugar fix pack, a combination of supplements of supplement that includes every nutrient that needs to help you revamp your pancreas, that needs to help you normalize your blood sugar without depending on metformin and insulin injection and sulfonylurea areas for the rest of your life. This is an all-in-one formula that saves you money and time. Okay, imagine having to take all these supplements. You are going to spend more one, and you're going to even swallow 12 or 30 or 20 something pills every day. It's just mind-boggling. Okay, but with the solution that my renegade pharmacist shared with me, everything actually been bottled into one pack. Okay, which they could call the blood sugar fix pack. Blood sugar fix pack consists of all the natural supplement ingredients that you need, and they are actually NAFDAC approved. Why everyone living with diabetes need blood sugar fix pack? Okay, blood sugar fix pack does more than what metformin, insulin injection, or sulfonylurea, downhill, and mepiril they do. Okay, one, it lowers blood sugar using all natural herbs with appropriate dosage. Earlier I told you the problem with alternative medicine is being able, or using herbs and roots to treat health problems, is having them the right herbs and also having them in appropriate dosage. But with blood sugar fix, you will actually have them at the appropriate dosage. The blood sugar fix pack also helps you revamp the pancreas to produce required insulin yet again in your body. That's like setting it back to its factory settings. And the last is it increases your insulin sensitivity, so that every part of the body gets glucose and they function to their optimal best. Blood sugar fix packs contain major ingredients and nutrients, plus other essential vitamins and minerals, like Banaba Extra. The one I told you about, Banaba Extra contains chlorosolic acid, which can act as insulin in the body. Okay, that's the major work of Banaba Extract. It acts as insulin in the body. Okay, it fights obesity and promotes weight loss, regulates blood sugar and blood pressure, improves kidney function, promotes healthy digestive system, and eases urination. Then another herb is Nema silvestre. It suppresses craving for sweets by reducing the taste for sugar. It keeps the body fit by building a good balance between body fat and lean muscle mass. Helps treat conditions like obesity, osteoporosis, anemia, and hyperglycemia. Okay, and also lower cholesterol level in the body. The third is turmeric. Regulates blood pressure. It's an antioxidant that helps prevent cancer, lowers LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol in the body, then also promotes general health. Then Ampalaya extract from bitter lemon, used to treat treatment of diabetes and reduce taste of sugar. Okay, it kills viruses, cancer cells, and bacteria, reduces inflammation, fights infections, and boosts immune systems, improves sterility among women, helps treat chronic diseases like liver problems and skin diseases. And this blood sugar fix pack also contains other natural minerals and vitamins that has been stated earlier. Okay, by getting your hands on the blood sugar fix, which is actually mainstream, as a matter of fact, you can't find it anywhere. It's not like you go to any store and you find it. That's the fact. By getting your hand on this thing, you have all the necessary ingredients, vitamins, minerals at the specific dosage required without taking 24 pills every day. Okay, that's the mind-blowing thing about the blood sugar fix that was introduced to me by my renegade pharmacist. Okay, it's all natural supplements, no chemical needed, hence no long-term complications from taking these blood sugar fix pack. Okay, and it's also, like I said earlier, it's also NAFDAC approved. After using it for a while, you stop using it and maintain a normal blood sugar level with diet and lifestyle medication. As the matter, the good thing about this alternative treatment is you will not be using it for the rest of your life. That's the good thing about it, because it's actually supposed to help you revamp. You can hear my pharmacist talking about it earlier, revamp your pancreas so that it can work at its optimal best. And when it works at its optimal best, it's actually helping you convert glucose and supplying it to the right channels in the body. So there will be no reason for excess blood sugar in the system. There will be no excess glucose or blood sugar in the blood. Okay, everything will work like it was when the body was still at its optimal best. Okay, so how do you use blood sugar fix pack? Okay, blood sugar fix pack comprises of the supplement and the tea. Okay, blood sugar the supplement, you take it before the meal. Okay, 30 minutes before the meal, or even 30 minutes after. I take it 30 minutes before the meal so that I can start working on my body before I take whatever I need to take. Okay, then after a while you stop stop using it, but we'll get to that when you stop using it. And the good thing about blood sugar fix is the pharmacist actually told me, Mr. Benga, you don't need to stop your drugs. Okay, you take this one alongside your blood with your mephibosheth and sulfonyl for a period of time, and you gradually withdraw from it. And this man actually has a lot of patients that is treating with this same therapy. Okay, same therapy, he has a lot of them that is treating, and he's actually told me that he's been able to win some of them off their medical drugs, and they now live an healthy life. Okay, so testimonies from other users. Obviously, for Nigerians don't like talking about their health challenge. So I couldn't actually get him to give me lots of the testimonials is God. He said he couldn't get them to actually do a video to actually share with me this, but I am a living testimony. That's a fact, because I have actually stopped using metformin for a while now, and I have a normalized blood sugar. I have a normalized blood sugar just with my lifestyle modification and diet. Okay, so this is a woman, Maria Castro, she's age 66. She's an housewife. She was hospitalized since 2019, September 2019, because of a swollen leg. And to my surprise, I was diagnosed to have diabetes. The doctor said that amputation was the only solution. I objected and opted to go home. I did not want to lose my leg. I changed my diet, and instead of taking medications, my daughter recommended that I take Diabetes Watch, which is one of the components of blood sugar fix. And after a period of time, I noticed that the swelling on my leg was gradually diminishing. Right now, my leg is totally healed and I can walk normally. Moreover, the chronic fatigue I used to suffer from was also totally gone. Okay, so using blood sugar fix actually helped her normalize our blood sugar, and our body came back to itself. Okay, blood sugar fix, like I said, the pharmacist told me, like, these two things, when you use them in perfect combination, the way he's been giving it to his customers, they work at their optimal best. So how do you get blood sugar fix since it's not mainstream? Like I told you, blood sugar fix is a combination of supplement and tea, which cannot be found in pharmaceutical store or at the hospital. So how do you get this blood sugar fix pack? Okay, I have been able to actually get a deal to be able to get this at the lowest amount that I can. Actually, when I got this therapy myself, I paid thousands and thousands of naira to just get them, because the pharmacist that introduced them to me told me it's actually a treatment that is a bit on the high side. Okay, but I told him, if I'm going to be telling people about this blood sugar fix pack, it needs to be accessible to anyone that takes their health serious and they don't want to die untimely, or they don't want to face complications from taking medications or complications from a badly managed diabetes. Okay, so how much do you need to invest to claim your life back from diabetes or long-term health complications? Okay, so for a 1 month supply, which is actually 30,000 before, I've been able to subsidize it to 27,000 naira. That's for a whole month. Okay, we'll give you the pack that will take care of a month treatment we'll give it to you for 27,000. As a matter, we'll deliver it to your doorstep at no extra charge. For 2 months, is 47,000. This is the best. This is the most popular options. People go for this 2 months supply so that they can have 2 months supply, because sometimes when there's a rush for this blood sugar fix from the pharmacist, and where he gets it from, we run out of stock sometimes, and you run out of stock sometimes, and we have to wait till we can actually get them from all the sources to get them from. Actually, it takes some time. Okay, it takes some effort to be able to get them, because it's actually a high in demand diabetes therapy that is actually not being talked about by most of these pharmacists. As a matter of fact, most of them don't even know it. So 2 months supply is 47,000, which is subsidized from 60,000. You get it for 47,000. Okay. Then for 3 months supply, you get it for 70,000. Okay, that means you have a supply for 3 months, no breakage. You continue to use it every day with your medications and keep monitoring your blood sugar till it's actually at the best, at the normalized level for a long time. Okay, and that is why we also been offering free glucometer we do constant giveaways of free glucometers to people that are watching this video, that are following us and taking this blood sugar fix, so that they don't need to go out to do their test. They can actually do their test right in their houses. And obviously, from watching this video, you are going to get access to these monthly giveaways with a partnership with the guys that sell the glucometers. You get access to it. And also, like I told you, you will also get all these things delivered to your doorstep free of charge, no extra cost. So if you go for the 2 months, you only pay for 1 month, you get 27,000. You only pay 27,000, and for the 2 months, which is 47,000, you pay just 47,000. And on top of this, we're going to be adding a glucometer for you for your first order. Okay, and for this for the 3 months, you get a free glucometer on your first order. Okay, all right, so you enjoy free shipping. So how to place order? Okay, obviously you want to place order right now. By now, I'm sure you can't wait to get your hands on the blood sugar fix pack. Okay, so without much ado, this is how you place your order for blood sugar fix pack. Okay, you send the following details to 09035615369. You send BSF, which is blood sugar fix, with your name, your phone number, detailed home address, how many months supply, and the amount, which is either 27,000 for 7,000 or 70,000. Okay, so you see, for example, is like BSF being Alfred 080222, which is your number, then your address, Ogba, Lagos, 2 months supply, 47,000. Okay, so from there, our customer care would call you to confirm your order and tell you when you will get it. Obviously, between 24 to 48 hours if it's in Lagos, but if it's outside Lagos, you get it in 3 to 5 working days. All right, so, or if you want to also do the order online, you just need to visit www.healthytalkng.com/order. Okay, when you go to this page, when you land on the page, you're going to choose your order, fill the form, and submit. Okay, click on the order form to submit your order, so that we can actually reach out to you and confirm your order and also ship to you. Okay, so what's the danger of using chemical synthesized drugs for a long period of time, or the effect of a badly treated diabetes, apart from the rising cost? Okay, obviously we have stated that, but what are the danger that we face if we don't manage this diabetes properly, or we depend on medical synthesized drugs for a long period of time? Number one, we are predisposed to having stroke. Okay, people that have badly managed diabetes or depend on metformin and sulfonylureas for a long period of time are predisposed to stroke, predisposed to decline in vision, cataracts, glaucoma, and blindness, are predisposed to heart attack, are predisposed to kidney failure and dialysis and kidney transplant. Obviously, if your kidney packs up, that definitely will lead to a kidney transplant, and obviously the peripheral nerve damage and neuropathy, then amputation of limbs, legs, and all that. Like the testimonial we saw earlier, the woman was advised to amputate her leg, but she didn't, and she got the blood sugar fix, and she came back to life. Okay, so for fast action takers, okay, as a matter of fact, I've recorded this training, which I call the being healthy again, the lifestyle medication no one will notice. Okay, this I'm actually giving to the first 50 people that orders for their blood sugar fix. You get it in conjunction with as we deliver this product to you. You also get this live fast action taker bonus. Okay, you get it immediately. You get the blood sugar fix delivered to you. Okay, but you have to act right away, right now, because a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people, are going to be seeing this video on YouTube. They're going to be seeing it on Facebook, seeing it on every platform, social media that is possible, because we want everybody to live healthy. We want everybody to get back to living healthy without taking medications, and just living a good life, living a fulfilled, healthy life. Okay, so how to know when to stop using drugs, or then the blood sugar fix? Like I told you, you use the blood sugar fix in conjunction with metformin when you start, then you gradually reduce it. Okay, how you do this is by checking the result of the result of your blood sugar test for a period of 3 months. Okay, so that's in 6 months you can actually be off your drugs totally. You understand? Which is, they call it HbA1c test. Okay, HbA1c test is a record of your the test of your blood sugar over the 3 months period, how well managed it has been for the 3 months. That is what actually shows if your blood sugar is being well managed. If it's well managed, the result will show you, and if it's not well managed, it will also show you. So once you start using this blood sugar fix, you can actually start doing your HbA1c, and when you are seeing a better result, that's to tell you that it's working. And once you see that it's normalized, you can start reducing your intake of the metformin and the sulfonylurea and the meperidine. You can start reducing it by reducing it gradually till you can stop taking it totally. Okay, obviously you get more training on that when you order for the blood sugar fix. We actually go into details on how to stop taking it, because we don't want people to do it wrongly. Obviously we're reserving that to only people that order for blood sugar fix right away. All right, so thanks for watching to the end. I have a gift for you, because like I told you, I'm going to give you a special gift, which is the top diabetic replacement meal. Okay, I call this the top diabetic replacement meal because a lot of the sugar, the products, a lot of the food meals that we eat are actually starchy foods, but they're actually perfect replacements for them that are actually healthy for every diabetic. Okay, and I've compiled a huge list of all these meals so that you can actually have them on your house. And the good thing is they are not all that expensive. All right, so again, how to place your order is send the following details to 090-3561-5369, your BSF name, phone number, detailed delivery address, how many months supply, then the amount for that month. Also, obviously if you are going for 2 months, you will add 47,000 naira. So you can also visit www.healthytalkng.com/order, or for further inquiries you can call this number 090-3561-5369, or send an email to benga@healthytalkng.com. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I look forward to you getting back to a normalized blood sugar and an healthy living, okay, and healthy life, having a healthy life without depending on synthesized drugs that will eventually just delay the evil day. Okay, we don't want to delay the evil day. We want to live healthy for the rest of our life and have a good life. Thank you for watching this video. I'll be waiting for your order.